You know, Queen, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. But let's begin it.
Absolutely. We're ready.
Because we're all in it.
To win it, right?
To win it. Always to win it. And we have quite the show for you today. We've done a lot of research and a lot of information that we've made sure to fact check. And it's a very sensitive subject. And unfortunately, one of the biggest problems we have in our country and the world, and one of the ones that we pay least attention to. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And working with children and women and boys that are trafficked. One of those girls called me and said, I have to listen to this girl. Since then, I've been listening to this girl, and we have been trying to get in touch with her. Allie, this show is dedicated to you. Yes. It's dedicated to heroes like you. I want you to understand, every single victim I've personally worked with, that we've worked with, you are their hero. You are where they want to be. And that's why I would love to dedicate the show to you, to your parents, to the couple that right now, not the couple, let me take that back, to
her mom.
to Dr. Beverly.
Okay, yeah, Beverly Gilliam.
Yes, and her partner in the show, not her partner in life, her partner in the show. Right. Thank you so much for having the chutzpah to take this on and to join all these people we have right now in trying to fight this fight, but not knowing where to even start.
Not only that, I want to echo too, just standing firm behind what you believe. You believe in telling the truth, and so do we. Absolutely. We represent the truth as we know it and the facts as we uncover the facts. And so supporting Allie and her story of truth, I applaud you. Certainly.
Huge.
Yeah, hands
down.
Yeah.
So Linda, let's quote me.
Okay, I can do that.
So let's listen to a clip from Allie now, and so that you can get familiar with this girl, this hero, and what her life is like now, what she's doing. She's trying to find safety and peace for herself while still helping to search for the other children that are missing.
With what you have to deal with when the people in authority are not there to help you. And everybody is so worried about the elite, and we could give those names of Barack Obama, Joe Biden. We know about Michelle Obama, that's a man. We know about Too Short. We know about Akon and Steven Tyler, and we can give those names all day, and everybody is so worried about that, but what you should be worried about is the people that are in between, the people that go as low as your grave diggers. I was trafficked to people within my schools. I was trafficked in underground tunnels that link under your schools, through your cemeteries, under your amusement parks, through Universal Studios, and into Hollywood elite homes, all over the place, all over the world. And people don't understand that, and they can't fathom that, and they can't put that together. But if you think about the things that have come out lately, and there's 200 children missing, and there's 300 children missing, what Amber Alert did you receive? How many? So that's still.
Amber Alert? Missing? Let's go back to the milk cartons, guys.
Wow, she said a mouthful. And if your guys' heads are in the sand, get them out. Because there's more to come that she has to offer. But we want to start with the milk cartons. You know, we talked about the milk cartons, several episodes ago. You remember back in the 70s, on the wax milk carton, there were the face of missing children with their basic information, height, basic age, exactly, a picture of the missing child. Well, that started back during Adam Walsh time, when Adam Walsh was abducted from Sears back in Hollywood, Florida.
His son.
Adam Walsh was the
Oh,
son.
the son,
Yeah.
yeah.
John Walsh was the
John
father
Walsh.
who started the series America Most Wanted. But even then, he was abducted. And there's been child after child after child abducted. So that milk carton started back during that time in the 70s. And it was short-lived, but I do have some document information and details on it for you. And that is...
Factual.
Absolutely. And that is the milk carton was initiated in the 80s, late 70s, 80s. And it was to bring awareness to missing children, to solve missing children cases. Well, guess how many cases were actually solved?
One.
That's correct.
But
One.
guess how?
Tell me how.
The girl was sitting there eating cereal and looked at the milk carton in front of her and saw her face.
That was the only one that was solved out of 70 missing children that was featured on the milk carton. Okay? Now, there was 700 dairies, milk dairies that were involved in this, that participated in this. And this program went from Mexico, Canada, France, as well as the USA. Started in Michigan as a nonprofit organization under the National Child Safety Council. And so, moving fast forward, there was no rhyme or reason why it was discontinued, but the missing milk cartons, it was missing. It was missing something.
It was missing a lot, and it was missing as, I would probably say, a shield that would make us believe our government is actually looking for these kids. Meanwhile, we look at how many presidents back?
Gosh.
How many administrations? And none were found. We had to wait until, as people call him, the orange man, the bad man, the, what else do they call him? God knows what they only don't call him. We had to wait till he got to the last administration when they actually looking for the kids. It's unbelievable that how many years since Adam Walsh, and before that,
Been about 40
kids
years.
have gone missing. Linda, in America alone, how many kids go missing?
44 years since Adam Walsh. 44 years.
And how many kids go missing in America per year?
Okay, so let me give you some facts on that. But I do want to add right now, after the milk carton ended, and nobody knows why, they started the Amber Alert for missing children, which started in 1996. And that Amber Alert is connected to law enforcement entities as well as government entities to help find children. Now, we need to go back and research how many they found at this point, but right now the Amber Alert is what's functioning now, and they're with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. But I do want to give you some information regarding how many children go missing in the USA as well as other countries. So let's see if we can connect the dots here, okay? Currently, we have 460,000 children missing in the USA. 2,300 every single day.
2,300 kids per day. Come on.
In the country of Italy, there's 21,951. South Korea, 25,692. Just wrap your head around those figures. Russia, 45,000 children. Canada, 45,280. India, 96,000 children. And the UK, about 112,835 children. Total, there's 906,758 children go missing
That's
annually.
almost 1 million people.
Annually.
That's just the kids. And most of all, and most importantly, the highest number of that is still the U.S.
It is. Absolutely. Every single day.
Now, it's very important that we know how this works. It's very important that we have all the information and we give you and provide you all the information you need to know. Your neighbors can be involved. Your kids, God forbid, can be involved. Your family can be involved. You see something, you say something. it's someone's child that goes missing. But there's also other cases. And the other cases are all the victims that you are going to start seeing now that we're going to talk about. And those are the victims that these kids are given from adoption agency to adoption agency, from Child Protective Services, who is supposed to protect Child Protective Services. Just think about that. Who are there to protect these kids. I know so many people that wanted to adopt in America and could not because they couldn't afford it. Not because they were bad parents, not because they were bad people, not because they weren't professional people, but they just couldn't, for some reason, adopt in America. Meanwhile, we have Child Protective Services, who's supposed to be protecting these kids and making sure they get safe homes, are getting moved around from home to home, and we find out that they're not just being moved home to home, they're being trafficked by the very people the Child Protective Services puts them in with.
They're there to protect those children. And as I shared with you the other day, my time on the road, if I had a child that had a problem or a child that was, out of the family, we would take them to Child Protective Services.
Right.
So it's as if the law enforcement entity is handing it over to Child Protective Services. And are they protecting the children?
And in one of the episodes, Allie talks about that, where her mother, the only person that tried to protect her, not her real mother, her adopted mother.
Her adopted mother, yeah.
Tried to take her to the police station after she found out that such things are going on. Allie saw one of the men that actually attacked her at one of these things, and he was the sergeant of the police.
He was at the police department, yeah. But what Allie also said too, because she's been in the trenches so much and seen so much as a child, she said, it's not the elite. It's the people in between. It's the people that you don't even recognize. It may be a teacher. It may be a barber. It could be someone in the church.
A counselor.
Absolutely. That you feel is here to help that child when they may be part of the trafficking process or the trafficking ring even.
And they become the most dangerous ones for these people, for these children. So let's listen to what else Allie has to say.
With this shipment of kids. There were kids in there that didn't speak English. There were kids that were sick and that were already dying. There were babies. There were babies that were 6 years old. And I'll never forget them just crying, and everybody was just staring at them. Everybody was just staring at each other. Nobody knew whether or not to move. I was freaked out. And I got up and I held her. And they opened the trunk and they took her from me. Because they said she was already sick. And they killed her. Her name was Bailey. Container.
And she was talking about the containers. Containers that we ship things to overseas, everywhere. Shipping containers full of babies. Sick, younger, older. Who are we? Or I would say, what are we? If we choose not to listen about this, not to know about this, and not be part of anything that we can do, how can we donate our time, money, attention, room, board, anything to these people that need our help, our children, our future? And right now, for those of you that don't understand, we'd like to explain something very, very simple to you. This is an $8 billion industry. $8 billion a year. 80, I'm sorry, 80 billion dollar a year industry. And we will fragment it for you. So this is how it works. $80 billion industry. Participants of it, the elite, Hollywood, famous figures, royalty, and a lot of in-betweens.
You know, that explains why Jeffrey Epstein went from a math teacher to a billionaire. It explains it.
And why P. Diddy had no problem repeating that.
You know, Weinstein was all caught up in there as well.
Absolutely.
Can't even forget all of that he did.
And allegedly, and I'm saying allegedly, Oprah Winfrey, Tom Hanks, we can name names, and we will have a list of names for you because they're coming out. It's not just the Epstein files. It's these girls talking, these girls who have already said, as you heard, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Biden. Do you understand what these kids are up against? Do you understand that if we, as the adults, as the American citizens who know wrong from right, do not support these kids, they don't have a shot. And tomorrow, you could be the one bringing your child or your grandchild into Disneyland, into Disney World, or Epcot, and have them go missing. Guess what? You're gonna get the same treatment these kids did. Fake milk carton shots.
But don't forget, we talked about those containers. So if you stayed with me and understood the number, 2,300 kids missing a day, how they're transporting the children? In a bus? No. Cartons.
Let's
those
think
containers.
Let's think about that. What do they do with those kids? How did it get to an $80 billion industry?
You're right.
Well, they take the child first. That's the first thing they do. And each child has a price tag. And we're going to go further on into the shows and explain everything to you so you understand. First, they take those children, they put them in auctions. Then whatever they can use in them, out of them, they sell it as body parts. Then they drain their blood because, as you probably already, most of you noticed, all our elites, the stars, Hollywood, is looking younger and younger instead of older and older. I would like to bring up Celine Dion, who just came back from the dead.
And they're using what now? Adrenochrome.
Not only are they using adrenochrome, they're selling it to you as gummy bears and royalty. They are using children's blood to capture their youth again. Go back, reverse agings. Now, we're all part of this because we watch it, we believe it, we look at it, we admire them, we pay for their concerts, we pay for their products. Not the ones they're using, the ones they want us to use. We are buying into an illusion that brings us to a conclusion that we are in a delusion that this is all real.
And it's not.
And guess what? It is Hollywood. It is Hollywood selling you an illusion of what they want us to be and follow. They want us to be the puppets they control. To open our wallets every time we think something looks good and it might help us.
And if you really think about it, the youth, they have the stem cells. Their stem cells are so vibrant. They are just potent. And so that adrenochrome helps them to go to their youth, to look better. But the price tag on an ounce of adrenochrome is what, $1 million? Who can afford that? The elite.
Well, let's start thinking about it. Besides being able to afford it, knowing that a child not only got killed, a child had to go through sacrifice, because that blood is only as potent as it is when the child is under pressure, when the child is hysterical, when the child is fighting for their life and in pain. They sacrifice that child, and then they make an incision in their neck and drain the blood out of that scared child while he's dying.
Well, that's the effective way of getting the adrenal. That adrenal gland has to be pumped up. Fight, flight, run scared. That's the situation that child is in order to get that adrenal effect.
So, I hope this episode was an introduction to something that needs your focus, needs your help, needs your attention, in any way you can give it. Now, I'm going to say right now, if any money is collected towards this, and I want everyone to hear this, we're trying to get in touch with Allie herself. She will know what to do with it. She will know how to help us help her find as many kids that are still alive as possible. These kids are not only missing, they're suffering. The kind of things you're going to learn about, what they're done to, is, I mean, I can't even imagine that this is something not out of a horror film. But this is the new reality we're living in. This is the new illusion that we are watching, created by these elites, Hollywood, and the government, certain people in the government, to have us and our focus away from the real problem. So join us next time. We will have more information about this. And Allie, please get in touch with us. Courage to talk.
Bye.
Visit us on www.xpo20.com.